Yes, now is NFT investor Michael Levy. Michael owns one of the most valuable collections in NBA Top Shot, which is a blockchain-based platform to buy and sell digital basketball trading cards. Michael, thanks for being with us today.
Morgan, thank you for having me on.
Are we still in early innings? How do you see it?
So I do think so. I mean, I think in the NFT world and in Top Shot in particular, we're very, very early innings. I think a huge majority of people hadn't heard of NFTs at all, let alone Top Shot, until the last few weeks. I think in Top Shot's case in particular, there is a long, long way to go. Some of the reasons I remain bullish, I know you guys mentioned that I don't plan on selling, and I will verify that. I'll be holding on to my collection for a long time. We're aligned with the NBA. We have an enormous addressable market here. You really just need internet access in order to play Top Shot. We haven't yet entered China as a market, which is an enormous NBA market. And so I think in Top Shot's case, we may still be in the dugout here, maybe the top of the first inning, but we have a long way to go. Yeah,
I would imagine that you're still probably having to explain what NFTs are to a lot of people right now, too, just given how quickly this has sort of exploded onto the scene. So how do you think about it? I mean, basically, it's almost like we're buying a piece of code here, right, that no one else has. Do you see it as a digital trading card? Do you see it as something else? What are the use cases? Where are the ultimate opportunities to extract value here?
So it's a great question. I think the easiest way to put it is exactly what you said. It is a digital trading card. Some people ask the question whether or not it comes with copyrights or any royalties associated with usage of your highlight. And the answer is no. It's purely a collectible at this point. And so the way I view it as valuable is the same way anyone might view a sports card as valuable. And an analogy I like to point to is the Mickey Mantle card that recently sold for a little over $5 million. Now, I can replicate that card in my basement with a high-quality printer with the right technology. I can make an almost exact replica of that card, but it's worthless. And the reason it's worthless is because it lacks the things that give that Mickey Mantle card the value, which are authenticity, scarcity, and MLB license, the story around the card, and that there's a market that will pay significant dollars for that card. And in my case, the one that I printed out in my basement is worthless. And the reason it's worthless are the items that I highlighted, all of which do apply to a Top Shot moment. So they are digital cards, but from my standpoint, the cardboard is incidental. It's not a huge part of the value proposition of a sports card.
I guess scarcity is a key point, though, there. And what's preventing there being a huge flood of supply, specifically in terms of comparable NBA products, but more broadly across the NFT space?
So it's a great question, and I think fortunately for us in the NBA Top Shot world, we have a case study and a precedent world that exists today, which is the physical sports card market itself. There are NFL cards, NBA cards, NHL cards, MLB cards, all coexisting today with Topps, Upper Deck, Panini, and tons of other companies all producing. And at the end of the day, we are putting a level of trust in Dapper Labs, the company that runs NBA Top Shot and the company that makes the decisions on supply. And that's a decision we all have to be comfortable with, the same way that when you buy a piece of art or when you buy a sports card, you're relying on the creator, not just oversupplying the market. And Dapper has always represented themselves as a company with a long-term view, 100-plus-year projects, the CEO always says. And so, their incentive from a financial standpoint, from a collector standpoint, is to build a product that's attractive for users. And one way to not do that is to oversupply the market. So it's a risk, of course, but one that I'm not overly worried about.
Do you own these assets, Michael, because you enjoy having them or because they're an investment that you obviously called correctly and they've risen sharply in value? And I believe your day job was, or maybe still is, being a financial analyst. So how do you try and value whether now's a good time to take profit or not?
So in answer to your question, I think it's both. I really do enjoy the Top Shot moments as a collectible. For the first probably 2 or 3 months that I was collecting, it wasn't really a financial game. It was 500 to 1,000 of us in a Discord chat talking about our Top Shot moments and talking about some of the beautiful plays themselves. There are 2 plays in particular from last season that stand out to me as an NBA fan, which are Vince Carter's last shot of his career, which was a year ago yesterday. And it was a career cut short by the coronavirus pandemic. And LeBron James doing a dunk that was an exact replica, effectively, of a Kobe Bryant dunk just 11 days after Kobe Bryant passed away. And both of those are moments that are captured in Top Shot. And so as a collector, as an NBA fan, I love those moments. And I did view it as a financial opportunity. So I do want to acknowledge that I'm in a fortunate financial position where I could make a very large bet on a brand new platform, a highly risky platform. But I viewed it as a great, great opportunity. So I made a very large bet that seems to be working out so far.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.